Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. Now, Rakim Mayers, aka ASAP Rocky, is in very deep-ish, and if found guilty of this particular charge leveled against him, ASAP Rocky could actually end up going to prison for about 9 years straight. If you don't know ASAP Rocky, he's one of the top hip-hop stars in the United States of America, and he's actually married to Rihanna and they have 2 kids. But what is this charge that has been leveled against ASAP Rocky that could actually end up getting him to jail for 9 years? Well, this is it. On the 20th of November, ASAP Rocky appeared in court for preliminary hearings on charges that stem from a November 2021 incident where ASAP Rocky allegedly pointed a semi-automatic handgun at a childhood friend of his by name Terrell Efron and then fired multiple times on him. So, this 35-year-old nominee, ASAP Rocky, is facing 2 counts of felony assault with a firearm based on him allegedly shooting his childhood friend, fellow rapper Terrell Efron, in 2021. And like I said, if he is convicted, ASAP Rocky would actually end up possibly being sentenced to up to 9 years in prison. For those of you who don't know Efron, he is publicly known as A AP Relli. Now, A AP Relli and A$AP Rocky are friends. They were friends as teens and they actually attended the same senior high school together in New York City and were fellow members of the A$AP Mob, which was a Harlem-based rap collective. Hence, you see, we have A$AP Relli and A$AP Rocky. That alone should show you that they have a relationship, or at least they had a relationship. Now, to the details of the issue. On the said day, A$AP Rocky and A$AP Relli argued on the streets of Hollywood, at which point A$AP Rocky drew a semi-automatic handgun and fired twice in the direction of Efron, aka A$AP Relli. Now, although Efron sustained only minor injuries, the prosecutors are indicating that just because A$AP Rocky discharged a gun in public was sufficiently dangerous such that heightened charges to include firearm possession are actually warranted to be added. Now, you may differ, but I think I agree with this. Now, based on this, A$AP Rocky was not arrested for the shooting until April 2022, when the Los Angeles Police Department detained him as he was returning from a trip to Barbados with Rihanna. Like I said, A$AP Rocky and Rihanna have 2 kids together. Now, during this preliminary hearing, time-stamped security footage was shown, which included audible gunshots and a man said to be A$AP Rocky rounding the corner after the shooting. A$AP Rocky has pleaded not guilty and has denied that he is the person in the video. Interesting. Okay, so the judge then ruled at this preliminary hearing that there was sufficient evidence presented at this preliminary hearing to allow the case against A$AP Rocky to actually proceed to trial. The judge then set an arraigned date of January 8, 2024, after which the case will move toward trial. So this is where the case is. On the 8th of January, A$AP Rocky is going to start facing trial for this altercation that occurred between himself and his childhood friend, who was once a team member in their rap group in Harlem. I think this is a classic case of friends becoming fools. Now, in addition to the pending criminal charges against A$AP Rocky, A$AP or Efron is also the plaintiff in a civil case against A$AP Rocky, related to the same incident. So you can see that A$AP Relli or Efron is really coming for A$AP Rocky at all angles. Now, in this particular case too, A$AP Relli, aka Efron, is seeking $25,000 in compensatory damages for the shooting. A$AP Rocky was convicted of assault in Sweden in 2019 for assaulting 19-year-old Mustafa Jafari. Now, at the time, then President Donald Trump publicly went on to actually lament what he said was the rapper's unfair treatment and warned Sweden that negative consequences could follow if A$AP Rocky was not treated with leniency. Now, at this point, the Swedish political leaders responded with a refusal to bow to political pressure, but nevertheless, the presiding court sentenced A$AP Rocky to 0 jail time despite prosecutors' recommendation that he received a 6-month sentence. So I don't know, it looks like A$AP Rocky may have his other side where he sometimes gets hot-headed a bit. That is what it's looking like, but then, well, who knows? It didn't end there. Myers is also represented in the California criminal case by former Trump lawyer Joe Tacopina. Now, Tacopina represented Trump, if you don't remember, in the New York criminal over hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels and in the civil lawsuit for the abuse and defamation filed by E. Jean Caro. So, Tacopina said on Monday, just this Monday, that he is certain that A$AP Rocky will be eventually vindicated in the criminal case involving A$AP Relli. He also went on to say that there are some evidence that's going to be insurmountable and that the witness is not going to be able to take the stand or to withstand cross-examination in front of the jury. Now, in the related civil lawsuit, A$AP Relli or Efron also has star power at the counsel table. Efron is represented by former Johnny Depp attorney Camille Vasquez, who, as we recall, won the decisive victory for Johnny Depp against Amber Heard. So, you know, January is just around the corner, and I have a feeling that A$AP Rocky might not really enjoy his Christmas so much because of the fact that his trial starts in January of 2024, just after Christmas. It's unfortunate though that these two men who were once childhood friends and teenage friends and even part of the same musical group, A$AP Rocky and A$AP Relli, are now at loggerheads to the point that they have to actually get to court, where if the case goes against A$AP Rocky, he might actually end up facing 9 years. What do you think about this case? For me, I think that A$AP Rocky may have to also learn how to keep his cool sometimes, because if it turns out he's the guy in the video, then he may have a very tough time in court trying to prove his innocence. I haven't seen that video myself. I don't know how blurry or clear it is, but I believe that at a point in time, technology will be able to help identify whoever it was. And if it turns out it's A$AP Rocky, I don't know, but I feel that him saying it's not him earlier on might come to bite him if it turns out it's him, because then it will also mean that he has lied to the court. All in all, I would have been happier given their history if they could have settled their differences between themselves without having to go to court. But I appreciate it too, because at the point where gunshots were fired, I think that was peace out of the window. But then again, that is also assuming that A$AP Rocky is actually the one who fired the gun, because he's saying that it's not him in that footage doing what they are saying he did in that footage. So I'm waiting to see how this plays out. I'll be following the case. I'll bring you updates as and when they are due. But hey, what's your favorite A$AP Rocky song? Just go to the comment section. Let me know. You can also subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Help us hit 2,000 before the end of this year. And hey, leave your comments in the comment section. Until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there.